Let's get started. Fitness class. Straight into it. Check the hips. Pigeon stretch. Just. Oh, by the way, hello. I hope you're all well. Give that a little bit of. You know, you realise that 30 minutes isn't a long time when you do these. So we're getting straight into action. Get those hips working. Make sure they're flexible. Now, I don't actually do a lot before these classes. Into frog, backwards and forwards. Up, straddle. This is me cold. Years of practice mean that my set point, into the middle again, has been adjusted. Back to the middle. Find a wall and do the calf stretch. And up. Push. Feeling good? I hope so. Because we'll get a wee bit of a sweat on today. Right, and on the side. Okay, so let me tell you a little story. Probably a while ago, I didn't do karate for a while. I did lots of triathlon, Ironman, running, swimming, cycling, martial arts, not so much weightlifting. And I developed a very peculiar squat. This was it. This was my squat. This was about as low as I could go in my squat. It probably looks even worse than that. Anyway, long story short, with that beautiful movement mechanics, and also when running, a leg that did this. Yeah? I managed to slip a disc, herniated a disc. Down the left hand side, sciatica, nerve damage, all sorts of stuff. And couldn't understand why it was, because I was fit and healthy. You may know I do sports therapy. Well, I'll tell you why it happened. It was because my squat was here. Years and years of squatting, weight on my back, like that. As far as I was concerned, that was a squat. Okay. What that developed was strength in this movement pattern. You see this movement pattern a lot in life? No? Easy, keep it clean. No. That was actually a sign to me that my hips were dysfunctional. I didn't know what I know now to realize that that was a major cue that I was having problems. Now I know that some of you squat that way. That is not because there's something inherently wrong with you. That is because you haven't taken time to step back from your work, your family, your life, your sports and activities to address some of the basic movement patterns that are causing this to happen. Okay, it took me a long time to get my squat down here, which I know some of you have problems with. All right? This is a normal position. Normal position. Okay? This is what we should be doing all the time. Sitting quite comfortably down here. This is a little bit of a how-to lecture, all right? So you can copy along with me some of the things I'm doing. You can come down here and sit and kind of chill, all right? This is a resting position that you see in the third world a lot because people don't have chairs. You see babies doing it. And it's a position that we should be comfortable getting into and out of, but we're not. And if you're not able to get comfortably into this position, your karate will suffer. At its most basic, this requires you to have normal flexibility, normal strength, normal mobility, normal balance and coordination. Right? One of the problems we have in Western society is that we have adjusted our normal and we think it's here, which is about this height. Yeah. If I asked you all to do this, you could all do it all day long. Yeah? But that is not normal. You have the first half of the movement quarter, third maybe, of a normal movement pattern. It might be normal for people who sit a lot, but it's not normal for health. It's not normal for fitness. It's not good. Chairs have broken you. Young people, if you're still watching and haven't fallen asleep, this is coming to you in time. Getting used to coming down here, or relearning how to get down here, is going to be one of the most important single steps you can take to improve your karate. So how do you get down here? Well, first things first, you can test. First off, we'll test flexibility. Flexibility of the hips. We do it already. 3 set stretches, pigeon. Okay, this is about normal for pigeon, if you want a decent squat. Okay, let me do that from the side so you can see. So, in this position, the front shin is about horizontal to my body, my pelvis. It is not here. Okay? If your front shin is moving, is aligned here, your hips need work. You're outside your hips. So, work pigeon until this is about horizontal. Work it regularly. Explore. Get used to it. Take some time out. But don't just crank it up to horizontal. This is what happens, yeah? Let's try and keep it horizontal, yeah? Let's assume it's very tight. I might put my hand here to stop it. Okay, now. This might be the only stretch you get, and that's okay. You can bounce. Come out, come in. Yeah. Know the goal and work towards it. Don't try to get the goal in one session, it ain't gonna happen. So, pigeon. Pigeon tells you if you need to work the flexibility of the outside of the hip. Yeah? If your shin is off horizontal, you've got work to do for the outside of the hip. What's next? Frog. Okay. Everybody loves frog. Frog is easy. You start off on all fours. You slide the knees out. You rock backwards and forwards. Okay, what tells me you need to work frog? This is about 90 degrees, I think. If that's the limit of your frog, you've got work to do. You'll not be at 180, but you should be between, say it wasn't 90, 180, say 135. 180 is a straight line, yeah? Okay? So I can go a bit lower than this, but you should be about here. Yeah? Again, if you aren't, then you need to work the inside of the hip. Your adductors. So, number one, my pigeon stretch doesn't work. What do I do? Google abductor stretches. Number two, my frog stretch is too tight. What do I do? Google adductor stretches. Hopefully the words will be appearing. Number three, couch stretch. Okay. First position, knees down. Easy. Should be easy. Second position, front leg up, hands down, pushing forward, squeezing the glute. Should be easy. Third position, starting to feel a stretch. Push the hip forward, that's where the stretch is. The stretch is not here. If you're here, or down here, the front of your hip is not flexible enough to be able to squat properly. You need to Google hip flexor quad stretches. And then you need to do the stretches you find. And you need to do them daily, quite often. Do them before class and after class, whichever classes you're doing, wherever they be. I mean, you're not in isolation, so you've got time to fix this. Yeah, you could do 3-4 sessions a day. You could get that flexibility where it needs to be. That's the front of the hip, back of the hip, front of the hip, side of the hip, inside of the hip. We don't, generally speaking, need to worry too much about these, because when you stretch these, this gets fixed, and I'm not going to bore you with the explanation of why. So, those are the first things you can start to do, yeah? Flexibility. The next thing you need to do is, once you've got your pigeon, your frog, and your couch to a reasonable level, you should find that the squat starts to happen. If it doesn't, you can start working on the squat. Can't get down there, what do? Use a wall. Most people can lean against, or get comfortable just leaning against the wall in this position. About 10 minutes, just chill out. It's easy. Allow your body to adapt to this position. Just start to feel comfortable. There's a reason people talk about relaxing into stretches, relaxing into things. If your body is scared, it gets tight. Let's see, where will I get scared? Oh yes. I haven't warmed up to this, so taking it to full range of motion. I can feel the stretch. My muscles start to think, oh dear, there's a little bit of holding. So in order to release that, I can relax just a little, and you might have seen everything go. Now I can feel a deeper stretch, okay? That's why we try to relax. It's not to avoid pain. You relax into the discomfort. And there she goes. Anyway, so get comfortable leaning. Once you're comfortable leaning, push yourself forward onto the coccyx so your upper back's off. Get comfortable here. Once you're comfortable there, lift your handy 8-kilo kettlebell that you've got lying around, or a small child. Something in front of you. Generally, you'll find it quite easy, a lot easier to come into this position. Yeah? It's on. Just get used to it. Again, build it up. But until you can do this position, down and up, you've got problems. So let's work. That's flexibility taken care of. The next thing is strength. Strength for this. We're just focusing around the hip girdle. Yeah, there's other stuff in the abs, the lower back, all that, which we're not going to do today because it's far too much. So how can you start to develop the strength? Because here's a thing. Most of you will know I've been trying to get full splits for quite a while. I'm getting closer, but it's not happening yet. I've done lots of strengthening, stretching. What I've avoided is strengthening. Yeah? There comes a point where you might be flexible to get enough to get into position, but you're not strong enough to hold the position. You've got to get strong, strengthen and lengthen. Okay? So let's assume we can't do the full squat all the way down and all the way up. What sort of strengthening work can we do? Well, you can do a goblet squat. You'll usually find if you hold something, you'll get lower than if you don't hold something in front of you. Alternatively, you can also start working the muscles independently with different lunges. The important thing when working strengthening movements is that you pay attention to what the rest of your body is doing. This movement might look like it's working, but it's not working in isolation. The muscles that you need to get stronger to come down here, the legs. You're adjusting to take the weight away from the leg and put all of the strength into your already over tight hip flexors. So you must stay upright. Yeah? Small movements. If that proves too much, use a wall. Yeah? I'll just turn me back to you. Got a wall. It just helps you to train to stay upright. So you've got side lunges. You've got forward lunges. And again, same thing. You don't want to be leaning forward. you want to be sitting back. See the front knee doesn't move very much. It's not going forward. Yeah, other side, same thing. Small controlled movements are better than big uncontrolled movements. So, going back to the side lunge. If that's it, then that's it. If we go to here, and to go past here, this happens. So, right, wrong, right, wrong. Don't do it wrong. Right, right, right. That's enough. As you get strong in this movement, and do a few rounds, you can just hold it there. And then you can allow yourself to try and sink a bit deeper and then back up. Back up. I'll try the same. I'm going to do the other side because balance, it's all about balance. Okay. The archer squat. This one. Okay, now I'm leaning forward initially. So again, use your hands, get comfortable in the position. Push that knee out. Yeah, knees have a kind of tendency to collapse in, especially if you're tight in the groin or weak. Yeah, and push yourself up and come down to the other side. You're gonna, yeah, if you have a tendency to fall backwards, get the hand behind you, get hold, then push forward. Over the other side. So, working progressively, you can get these things. Spending time in them, right? Let's say I do this. And you can't do it. Don't do it then. Just hold the position for time. Yeah, first off using fingers down, yeah? Hands down, try and go to find a balance with one hand. Hold that time. Get comfortable with it. Find a balance with no hands. 30 seconds, a minute. Build it up for yourself. Don't rely on this one 30-minute class a week to do everything that you need to do. I keep coming back into this middle splits because it's my thing. At some point it'll be your thing too. Okay. So that's working the strength, it's working the flexibility. Balanced coordination. We haven't done a lot of that stuff. We do that in the karate classes, when we do the kicking drills. We do the balance drills. Yeah? Okay. There you go, balance and coordination sorted. If you want to work on other more basic coordination drills, well here we do them too. Yeah? Getting comfortable, moving the legs with the wall through all of these different movement patterns. There are some other ones which are quite good to do. For instance, from the lunge, rise up, knee down. From the side, lift, up, down, fail, pass. On the other side, All things which might seem quite, well, they're challenging, difficult to do, but if you do them in your own time, you'll soon develop a little bit of resilience, core strength. So hopefully you've been following along little bits and pieces. I'm just going to do a quick little mini workout involving some of those moves, one after the other. So, are we ready? Pigeon. Down you come. Find your position. Work the stretch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap sides. Find your stretch and then gently move in it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Either frog or standing straddle as wide as you can. And just gently rock backwards and forwards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. And into couch stretch. And up. And find your stretch and squeeze. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap. All good so far? Just work at your own level. 2, 3, there's always one side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Full squat next. Find your full squat. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push it up. Feet wide, we're going to lunge. So your level, down and across. 1. Across. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. From there, archer. Find the start position. You know, to push up and down, across and down, or just hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Okay, we'll do that last drill. Left leg forward, right leg back, right arm up. Okay, so swap hands and legs. Up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And swap. Should be feeling warm. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, thank goodness for that. Well done. I hope you enjoyed it. Blimey, it doesn't take much. So, a little bit of time at the start just talking about hips. Hope you got something out of that. You can use that little routine. You can do other little routines. But don't just wait for me to pick up on stuff, all right? Look at flexibility first. If your whole hip girdle, if everything is flexible, look at strength. Try and find some strength movements and mobility drills that you can do with control. If you can't, work on those. Once you've got those two components working, then look at balance and coordination drills. All right, the sort of thing we just did there, kicking stuff. With that sort of approach, you're not going to bite off too much, because a lot of you will find that there are issues in all three areas: flexibility, strength, balance and coordination. Okay? You can work on all three together, but take balance and coordination. You'll never get proper movement patterns if in one of your, somewhere in here, you're too tight or you're too weak. Yeah, or you're too, that's basically it, too tight or too weak. Yeah? Find the weakness, eliminate it. Find the tightness, eliminate it. Then start working on the balance and coordination. I think that should do. Have a good day.